All right, let's talk about number of the day today. Remember, this is an example page. I am working on set number 5. You are working on set number 6, so we do not have the same numbers. But yours looks very similar to mine, just with a different number. So today we're working with the number 89,248. Okay, that's a large number. The very first thing I need to do is write it. So I'm going to say it again so I get my words correct. 89, right? 89. And then this comma stands for thousands. It separates the hundreds and the thousands, but I always think of it like it's 1,000 because it helps me remember my place values. So I'm going to write 89, E-I-G-H, 89, and then that comma is thousands. Yep. 200, right? Because I have a 2 in the hundreds place. And then 48. $89,248. That's my number. You need to write your number in the write it place. Remember, you're doing word form. Now I need to build it. This time I'm going to start in the ones place. I have an 8 in the ones place. I have a 4 in the tens place. I have 2 in the hundreds place. And then I have my comma to signify I'm moving into the thousands. I have a 9 in the thousands place and an 8 in the 10,000s place. So I have the number 89,248. Now I need to compare it. Is 89,248 greater than, less than, or equal to 82,558? Well, I'm going to start at my largest place value, and that's my 10,000s place, and they both have the same number, so that doesn't help me compare. So I'm going to move to the thousands place. On this number, I have a 9 in the thousands place, and on this one, I have a 2. Well, 9 is greater than 2. It's bigger. So this number is larger or bigger or greater than the other. There you go. We've compared it. Now it's time to expand it. This is one of my favorites. I just have to make sure that I get my zeros right. So I'm going to start with my largest place value, and that is 80 or 80, yeah, because I have 8 tens. 8 tens is 80,000 plus 9,000 plus 200 plus, I have 4 tens. 4 tens is 10, 20, 30, 40 plus 8. I have expanded it. Okay. Next, I need to decide if it's divisible by 2. It ends in an 8. What are my numbers that are divisible by 2? Those would be my even numbers. My even numbers are 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. My odd numbers are 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. So 89,248 ends in an 8. An 8 is even, which means yes, it is divisible by 2. Cool. All right. What is the value of the digit 9? Well, where is my 9? It's in the thousands place. So how much is the value of that 9? Well, 9,000. That's how much that digit is worth. Here, this one right here, we had issues with yesterday and Monday. So we're going to look at it one more time. I'm going to write my number so I don't forget where I'm working. I'm going to look at my tens place. When I'm working with the tens place is the only number that changes. Unless it's a 9 and you have to make it more, then your 100 will change too. But we'll get there eventually. Right now we're working with a 4. So can write all of the other numbers out and then just change the tens place because that's what I'm working with. So if I do 10 more than 40, that would be 58. My number increases by 1. If I do less, 10 less than 40, which would be 38, right? So now I have 3, 4, 5. Let's look at our hundreds place, okay? I have a 2 in the hundreds place. I can write all the other numbers out just exactly as they are in my original number, because all I'm going to be changing is my hundreds place this time. So if it's a 2 and I go 100 more, that would make it a 3 in my hundreds place. If it's a 2 and I go 100 less, then it's going to be a 1 in my hundreds place. Okay, let's do the same thing with thousands. Oh, this is a 9. 9s are tricky, especially if you're going to do more, because what comes after 9? 10. So that means we're going to have to add to the 10,000s place in this number too. So we're going to wait on the more, but we can do the less. What is 1,000 less than 9,000? Well, I need to make this number one number smaller. So that would be 88,248. All right. Now we need to add 1,000 to make it 1,000 more. There's 2 different ways you can do this. Since you're working with a 9 and you need to add 1,000 to it, it's going to make it 10. So you can write out your number and add 1,000 so that you make sure to carry over correctly. So 8 plus 0 is 8, 4 plus 0 is 4, 2 plus 0 is 2, 9 plus 1 is 10. I put down my 0, carry my 1, 8 plus 1 is 9. You can do it that way, right? Or you can do it in your head. Those are the 2 ways that I know of how to make this make sense. So 1,000 more than 89,248 would be 90,248. I guess you could look at it as 89, and then you're going up 1,000 more, so it would go to 90. That's one way you could think of it. But for right now, I suggest adding if you have a 9 in your thousands place, or really in any of your place values. Like if it was a 9 in the tens, you could add, just write it down here and add the number that you need to it. Okay? The last thing we need to do is round it, and it says round to the nearest 1,000. Okay, well the 9 is in my thousands place, and the 2 is going to be my nosy neighbor deciding what I do. So if I have a 2, am I going to go up or stay the same? That's right, I'm staying the same. So nothing changes except everything goes to a 0. So 89,248 rounded to the nearest 1,000 is 89,000. All right, you're going to do the same thing today on your page, but with a different number of the day. Do your best work and make sure when you get down here that you're really thinking of more and less than the number of the day.